Welcome back. Mr. Bharathan was explaining how the evolution of the Hinduism and how the Bhagavad Gita becomes the center of the embodiment of this knowledge in a way that it applies to our lives today. Mr. Bharathan, I have often heard this quotation. According to Bhagavad Gita, if your dharma is to kill, you got to kill. I think sometimes it gets interpreted in a very loose manner. I would like you to elaborate on this.
The essence of the teachings in the Bhagavad Gita is that you have your karma to perform.
Now, when you say karma, because most of us in Sri Lanka, we hear karma from a Buddhist point of view, where we think it is the intention. But here when you say karma, you are saying the task that you have to perform. Is that what you are saying?
The implementation of your dharma is your karma.
Okay. Implementation of your dharma.
Dharma in action is karma.
Okay. Because that's very important. Otherwise, we'll get
you'll be confused with the concept of dharma. Now, Swami says, if your dharma is to be a soldier, you are appointed in the Indian army or the Ceylonese army or whatever, or if it's a policeman, you will have to kill when it becomes necessary. You will have to impose pain when it is essential for the preservation of
the majority,
the dharma. So a person who is given this task, supposing he says, I will not kill, is unfit to be a soldier or a policeman in that job. Whereas if a saint, if your dharma is to be a saint and you're sitting in worship, you're not supposed to be thinking of killing people.
Even if it's going to cost you your life.
Even if it is going to cost you your life. So that is why they say, this is one of the most, one of the messages I constantly repeat to myself. So one of the aspects of the Bhagavad Gita which most touched me was the stanza which comes from the Lord's lips. What is yoga? Yoga karma su kaushalam. Excellence karma in the way in which you perform your karma makes you a yogi. Yoga karma su kaushalam. So if you are a soldier, you must be the best shooter in the world. If you are a police officer, you must have the greatest investigation capacities. If you are a philosopher, you must touch the higher fringes of philosophy. If you are a bricklayer, you must be the perfect bricklayer in that town. All these become yogis because in their karma, su kaushalam.
Su kaushalam. Su means better.
So yoga, karma su kaushalam means whoever performs the actions which come to him as a result of his karma is a yogi. So any person in any profession, I would go to the extent of saying that even if he is selling meat and he knows how to cut the meat precisely without cheating people and he does it well, he also has the right to be called a yogi. A hangman, if he is the best hangman in the world, is a yogi. So this was blasted. I consider the Bhagavad Gita as a blasting of Hinduism and a reconstruction by Krishna using the same material to form a new Hinduism. The Bhagavad Gita was the reform of Hinduism. A lot of wrong concepts had got in. Only certain people had the right to chant the Vedas. Only certain people had the right to perform certain karmas. Krishna smashed all this to pieces in this. And then he also said, this is another favorite, very, very favorite stanza in the Bhagavad Gita for me. Chapter 2, when he tells Arjuna, Karman evadhigaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma bhala hedurbur mate sangostva akarmani. Now I read this for the first time without a guru. And I thought this is the perfect bourgeois statement. Your right is only to work, never to ask for your wages. Karmane vadi karate. Ma phaleshu kadajana.
Don't ask for results.
Ma karma bala hedurbur. Never expect any return for the karmas that you perform. And at the same time, mate never remain inactive. So this I thought is stupid. No, this is the way they have been subjugating all these people, and already my slightly red inclinations became redder and redder till Chinmayanandaji said, you cannot do anything except your karma alone. If you think of ma phale shukada jana, the karma that you do will be imperfect. If I am arguing a case thinking of the fees that I will get from the client, if an artist is painting thinking that if I paint this perfectly, the king will pay you more money, that effect of the thinking will detract from your excellence in executing the painting.
This is exactly what Zen says. Die with your activity.
And also, on the same lines, have no other thought in your mind except what you are doing. That is why I so much like the word which you always use, mindfulness. When you are eating, never read a newspaper or watch the TV. Because watching the newspaper and watching the TV will take away the relishing of the food. So Chinmayanandaji says, this is because you have not understood this. Your right is to work and do that work with your mind, body and soul fully in it, never thinking of at the same time what you will get from doing this. And also, mate sankosta agarmani, never be inactive when the karma is before you.
When there's something to be done.
To be done.
Never postpone in a simple way.
This completely changed my very concept of your karma and your dharma. Then I had one final doubt about the Hindu faith. Rebirth. How is it that you can conceive that you are in this world suffering because of something you did in your previous life? And Swamiji pointed out that in the Bhagavad Gita, there is a beautiful stanza again from the Lord's lips to Arjuna. I'll say it first in Sanskrit and explain it.
Yes.
Vasamsi jirnani yada vihaya navani grihnadi naroparani tada shadirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyadi navani dehi. Now I'm wearing these clothes. After this interview is over, I'll take the shirt and put it into the washing basket. Vasamsi jirnani. When your clothes become dirty, as you dispose of them, yada vihaya navani grihna. And yet put on new clothes, because I can't take this off and walk around without wearing anything. I put on new clothes. Tata shadirani vihaya jirnani. So when the soul finds that the body that it is wearing at that time
is not suitable.
That body is discarded and it takes on a new body. Tada shadirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyadi navani dehi. Then the question, why do young people die? Their souls are not worn out. Bodies are not worn out. But for the purpose for which they are born, at that time, beyond their body will become useless. So navani, to fulfill your karma and become one with that, you have to discard that body.
So there's nothing called dying. Huh? It's a continuation.
It's a comma. Never
it's
a
comma.
stop.
But I think
Death,
that's a...
Death is a comma. Never a full stop. This is a thing. No fear of death. Have no fear of death. Because everybody knows. The Yaksha asked Yudhishthira, what is the greatest wonder you have watched in this world? In the Mahabharata, when all the four brothers are lying, and Yudhishthira comes finally, and the Yaksha asks Yudhishthira, what is the most wonderful thing you see in this world? He says, wonderful things you see is, you see death around you constantly, but you don't contemplate that it can happen to you.
Not to me.
You cannot, even at that moment, when you're standing before a dead body, which is about to be burned to ashes or buried under the soil,
Yes.
even then you cannot understand that this is going to happen to me. And when this was answered, you see, you can take your brothers, I'm releasing them from the clutches of death. So these are the wonderful aspects which opened my mind out to the... Then I stopped at the question where I said there is no, in the Hindu-Gangetic plain, there is no place where the Mahabharata war could have taken place. So all this is written up by clever people, Swami. They are good
I think we
poets.
can come to that. This is not a full stop, as he said, just a comma to take a small break, and we'll be back in a few seconds.